How's Dante different from the last time you coached him at your prior stop?
Yeah, he's matured in the sense of he's been through some things, so now he's grown in how he's going to prepare, how he's understanding playbooks, and how he's learning signals and things like that. So for him, as I left him, it was his going into his senior year, you know what I mean? Going into his senior year. So now I've gotten that adult version of him to where he's seen a lot of different pictures. He's done a lot of different things. It's really, understanding what we're doing schematically and how we're attacking things on a daily basis.
Keegan Johnson's one of the more popular names to bring up as guys that are maybe most improved and ready to have a real breakout year for K-State. Everybody's mentioning his name. Why do you think he's the one that's standing out the most?
Yeah, Keegan he is a mature young man. He works really hard. He doesn't say too much, unless he needs to. He's a cerebral young man, so he pays attention to what's going on, and he really dives in on the work, and he focuses on the things that he needs to do so he can have success for the team. So, Keegan's just consistent, off the field and on the field. So he's put in a lot of work to become a consistent person and a consistent player. So I think that's why that's happened.
It's pretty clear how much Avery believes in Jace. How much confidence do you think that sparks in him when the quarterback likes you? That has to go a long way.
Yeah, and I think for Jace, that comes from when he got here and Avery got here at the same time. They worked, they spent a lot of time together. So, that chemistry was built. And so Jace isn't one that kind of lacks off at practice either. He has really good practice habits. So the timing is consistent. And for Jace, that confidence there, knowing that, hey, if I'm busting my butt and I'm getting open or any situation, the quarterback does trust me.
What has Sterling done best in training camp?
Yeah, Sterling has just brought a level of consistency as well. He has changed in the sense of he has become confident in what we do schematically. He's become confident in who he is as a player. So he knows how to use his skill set to find ways to get open and win. And even at the point of attack when it comes to blocking. So I think Sterling has just developed really good study habits, honing in on the details of his craft and his work, and then understanding who he is as a receiver so that he can go and have success day in and day out, which has brought him consistency.
Has he made as big a jump as anybody? He's the one we didn't hear a whole lot about till suddenly this fall or maybe in the spring.
Yeah, I would say I would say, yeah, he's made a big jump. And, last year he played in the, in the bowl game. So it was from a sense of he took the time, the off season, to learn what we're doing. And then, again, he's gotten stronger. He's gotten a little faster as far as change of direction. And I think for him, it's just full-out confidence. I know what I'm doing. I know what the practice schedule is like. I know how to go out there and compete, and I'm going to compete even harder than what I have.
How unique is that coaching a Locket when they have about 20 Lockets that have come through here so far?
It's really unique, but he handles it really well. And so for me, it's fun coaching him because he's a great young man, phenomenal young man off the field, phenomenal in the meeting room because he asks questions. He wants to learn, he wants to grow. And so it's fun coaching a Locket, so to speak. So
how much did playing last season and playing in some high leverage moments help Jace Brown heading into camp now? And, have you seen sort of the game slow down a little bit more for him?
Yeah, I think for him, Jace is a very competitive and passionate young man. So for him playing in those moments, I think that's something he's always dreamed of and wanted for himself. And I think for him, just his continued growth as a football player, it's understanding the game more. It's as we have meetings with our DBs and him hearing Coach Malone coach up the DBs and hearing different techniques. I think for him, those are the things he can continue to grow at and learning how defenses play, how they change week to week so that he can play even faster and understanding what they're doing.
So many coaches have said their position room is the deepest they've had. Does the wide receiver room fall in that order as well?
I believe so. We have a really talented room and guys that really work hard and compete every single day. So, yes, I do.
I know last year didn't go perfectly health-wise for Keegan. What have you seen this year that's different with Keegan?
Yeah, Coach Kleiman does a great job with, just continuing to reevaluate and reassess what we do as a program. And so, rep counts to take care of him has helped him out. And I think Keegan does a really good job of taking care of his body outside of the facility and when he's here. So I think those things with Coach Kleiman just really diving into, the players and the player welfare and helping them out. I think that's what's really helped out Keegan.
And how has he grown kind of mentally with that?
Yeah, I think mentally it's not from, I think, the rep count. It's just mentally he's comfortable, another year into the system. He knows the expectations and the standards, and then he wants to grow and develop as a football player in his own craft. So he's worked really hard at that.
The two true freshmen, who came in and sort of now been able to get through camp. What have you seen from them, and what's the pathway for them playing, I guess, early on in their career?
Yeah, for all of the freshmen, I think the biggest thing is them coming in and understanding that college is a little different. It moves a little faster. With sports science and catapult, how to truly push their bodies through practice, how to compete consistently, the demands of special teams. I think there's so many different things for them to where they may have been just a one-way player and they only had to focus on offense, So for some of those guys, it's truly understanding how we practice, understanding their bodies and how they need to fuel with calories and recovery and all of those things so that they can, continue to grow. And I'll say this, last year Jace Brown did not start at the beginning of the season. He didn't get going until about midway point. So for those guys, as we are a developmental program, because Coach Kleiman has built it that way, you never know how young men continue to grow and develop as the season goes on. So the sky's the limit for any of them. Some of them may have to take a year, and others may continue to blossom as the season goes.